Hey guys, John Lemme here, the founder of Conservative Business Journal and host of the CBJ Real News Podcast Show. And you're saying, John, this title of today's show, Big Problem equals Big Opportunity. We are in the greatest times ever. And many of you are saying, well, John, there's some serious problems. Exactly. We are in the greatest times ever because inside a problem is an opportunity. And as you can see of the length of this podcast show, it's a short one because I want this one to be your show. I want this message to be the message that changes and transforms your life. You know, over the last about 10, 15 days, I've been interviewed on many media companies, TV shows, podcasts, radio shows. Today, I was in a show out of Chicago, and I was on a national podcast. And you know, it's interesting because when I go on these media interviews, there's no question, there's no conversation before I go live with them. Any like posts like before we hit record, we're going to talk about this and talk about that. They know that I'm the author of the book, Making Capitalism Great Again, How to Maximize America's Booming Economy, plus the ABCs of Socialism versus Capitalism. And you know where we're at right now, you know, and they ask me, so John, tell me about the book, the title. I want you guys tonight during this to realize, you know, making. I want you to write the word down, making. You know, when something's destroyed and you're remaking it, like someone goes, what are you doing? Well, I'm making dinner, or I am making over a home. I'm remaking it. You know, making means you're recreating something that you know exists, but you have to visually create it. You see, making capitalism great again in America. And once again, where, Dilemma? In America. And I want you to write down that word, America. America is the most powerful nation in the world. We all know that. We believe that. And remember, big problem, big opportunity. You know, so when you take a look at, you know, capitalism and making capitalism great again, when people say, John, what are you doing? I'm conserving and protecting America, and I'm making capitalism great again. Because everything, you know, the initial 15 days to flatten the curve, that was all about controlling your potential to earn income, controlling your potential to dream, to risk, to learn, to live. So when we look at this, and that's why I want all of you to realize too that today is day one in your life. You know, when you realize this, that today is day one. That whatever you do today, everyone pay attention. I'm doing a little teaching tonight because I'm solo. I have some. Let me tell you something. Make sure you watch your notifications. Make sure those of you follow me, whatever platform you're on. Preferably, you guys want to follow me in CloutHub, CLOUTHUB.com, CloutHub.com. And just search CBJ Real News. You'll see that CBJ Real News here on my mic, and you'll see it also on the logo there in the upper left-hand corner or right-hand corner, based upon how you're looking at it. And search CBJ Real News, and then follow us and subscribe to our channel. So when we go live, you get instantly notified. And also you can follow us on Telegram, because when we go live on Telegram, we let you guys know. Plus you could see it in the feed, the replay. And the same on Rumble, CBJ Real News, because we have some amazing interviews. I have some phenomenal guests scheduled for this next week. As you know, I've interviewed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people from all walks of life, from household names like Mike Lindell, Judge Deneen Pirro, Sean Spicer, Eric Perini, who used to be the director of communications for the White House, and many names you may not know. But to me, everyone is an important big name. And everyone right now is an American. And we're in the greatest country ever. So I want you to understand this, that when you look at today, and I want you to write this down, you can make a decision today. You can make a decision today that will change tomorrow forever. See, because whatever you do today predicts tomorrow. And, you know, in life and in, you know, conversations, I always hear people go, you don't know my past. Well, guess what? Today is going to be tomorrow's past. So it's so important for all of you to understand this, that whatever you do today is going to show up tomorrow. So when I say making capitalism great again, yeah, there's been a destruction in the last year, but I have to challenge all of you. I have to challenge all of you. You have to ask yourself a question. Are you going to make a decision in your life to stand up, be vocal, be loud, be proud, be a patriot, and move forward in life? Because inside these problems is an opportunity. I was on hours and hours and hours of interviews today. I have an enormous amount of interviews set up for this next week. What happened is people realize there's a lot of grifters. There's people that have been podcasting for 6 months, podcasting for a year. As a founder of Conservative Business Journal, we had 5,000 videos on YouTube. We had millions of subscribers, millions and millions of views. We're banned on YouTube, banned on LinkedIn, banned on YouTube. And we're obviously shadow banned on other platforms. It's because of our consistency and our commitment long term. But it is so important. I want this message to be for you to realize, yes, there are problems, but I'm an American. I'm a mom. I'm a dad. I'm an uncle. I'm a sister. I have loved ones. And I talk about this in my book about your why, your motive, your purpose, your reason. And I'm going to go out and do something today because guess what? I'm in America, and it's 3 things they'll never take from me. It's 3 things. And it's one of my quotes on my freedom quote. It says right here, freedom. Remember, and this freedom quote is available in conservativemarketplace.com, conservativemarketplace.com. Many of you know that when we got banned and censored, that opened up a big opportunity for us because I was not backing down. I said, what can we do? We created the Conservative Marketplace, and you guys will see this under artwork. You guys will see it says the freedom poster with the quote, and it says the United States Constitution gives me, everyone say gives me, own it. The United States Constitution gives me the right, the right to live free, protect my family, and serve my God. Surrendering my rights is not an option. In other words, it's not an option for you. In other words, it's like there's not an option. It's like here in South Florida, my car, there's no heated seats. It's not an option. Like when I was on a radio interview today for one of the largest radio stations in Chicago. I was on a radio station yesterday out of Kansas. And it was interesting when during the commercial breaks, you hear the commercials and it says, today's weather is 25 degrees. Wind chill is going to be 11 degrees. Look, it will never be 11 degrees in West Palm Beach, Florida. You may get a cold front come through for a couple, for these crazy, which diffuses the entire global warming, but it will never be 25 degrees for a week straight. It will never be 11 degrees or close to 0 with the wind chill. Never, because the atmosphere does not allow that to happen. You see, the atmosphere in America, the United States Constitution gives me the right to live free, protect my family, and serve my God. Surrendering my rights is not an option. And on this quote is freedom. There's a Bible, a gun, and a Constitution. Those are 3 things that I will never surrender. And as an American, I have a right to own, study, and love them. Constitution, a Bible, and a gun. And then I have an opportunity to work hard. I see Dana on here saying God first in my life to make a decision absolutely by faith. You see, faith without correspondent action is dead. And I talk about that in my book is, faith. And I teach a lot of acronyms. The word faith stands for find answers in the heart. So it takes faith to step out. It takes faith to, what God will give you an opportunity because many perfect time and Dana on saying this is that many times Christians pray. They pray for something. God will give you a problem. You see, David was a big problem. Goliath was a big problem. But out of that problem, it gave David an opportunity. See, right now we're living in Goliath times in every aspect in this country. We do know that. But that's why we're in the greatest times ever because a farmer sows seeds and understands the harvest, understands seasons. And the Bible says seed time and harvest will not cease. So when we say this, remember, America was built in capitalism. My family came here in 1913. 1913, here's the legal immigration papers. See, I'm giving this message to all of you too because I know what happens is fear is an atmosphere. You see, fear creates procrastination, doubt, indecision, low self-belief, low self-esteem. Fear is a manipulative technique from I believe from the pits of hell, but that's the main message of the communist left is they want to intimidate you not to act. They want to intimidate you not to walk by faith. They want to intimidate you not to do what you know you should do in your gut, especially if you listen to God. God will have you do things that make no sense. That's why my quote is faith doesn't make sense. That's why it makes miracles. And once again, and I believe in capitalism, and it's because they banned us. That's one of my quotes. It's a miracle quote, and you'll see your palm of my hands like this, and a cross in the middle of the hands. And it's because right here it is right here, miracles. See, faith doesn't make sense why it makes miracles. You should be looking at this every day. You see, look, it doesn't make sense that I'm doing this. It doesn't make sense. But faith doesn't make sense why it makes miracles. Hello, everybody. Pay attention here. So when Goliath was there for 40 days taunting everyone in the valley, and then an unknown little shepherd boy by David said 3 words, kind of like one of the truckers said to himself one morning or herself and woke up and said, enough is enough. And they made a decision that day to step out in faith and begin now what is obviously the Freedom Convoy. And we've done some great reporting. Make sure all of you read all of our publications on the Conservative Business Journal. Another great reason why you want to follow me on Cloud Hub and on Telegram, because we have an incredible team of writers and contributors. We publish some of the most cutting edge conservative news that you can share to your circle of influence. And make sure you follow us once again on Rumble. On Cloud Hub, CLOUTHUB, cloudhub.com at CBJ Real News, and Telegram at CBJ Real News. And why do I say it? I consistently give out how you can follow us because of the massive censorship and shadow banning, because I am a high value target, because I do share the real news, and I'm not backing down, as I do give out consistency. So if you're hearing this, stay tied in. Those of you who want more real news, those of you who want to be involved and be around, we published an article today about BLM. We published an article today about Canada. We published an article about Hillary Clinton. Those are real news. It's out there. Big problem, big opportunity. So when we look at this and you say, okay, and I was asked this today, America was built in capitalism. Our founding fathers believed in economic liberty and individual freedom. What that means is you can go out today, work a job, earn income, and God will bless you. So it says right here, America was built in capitalism. Our founding fathers believed in economic liberty and individual freedom, both of which are deeply woven into the fabric of our nation. And every time I'm interviewed, I talk about my accent, it's very self-announcing. I really can't disguise it. That's why I can detect a fake wannabe New York accent, is that when you open up your mouth, I open up my mouth, there's an instant identification that I have a New York accent. And I say that because it's deeply woven into me, because the average person will start to speak between 2, 3, 4, 5 years of age. And obviously they're speaking, saying some words, but you start communicating, and whoever they're around, because God gives you 4 faith gates, your eyes and your ears. So you see, vision, and you hear. Inside the word dream is ear. Inside the word learn is ear. What you put in your ears make a huge difference. Fear and faith come by hearing. And you choose what you hear, because inside here is ear. Hello. It's a very deep message, fast-paced message, but I want this message to move someone. Someone's going to make a decision today, listen to this. You know what? Yeah, there's a serious problem, which means it's a serious opportunity. Goliath was a serious problem. The Red Sea was a serious problem for Moses and Pharaoh. There was 135,000 men who wanted to kill Gideon's army. It was a serious problem for 300 men that God could trust, and they never picked up a weapon. And they use horns, sound like a trucker's horn. Hello. Interesting, isn't it? So I challenge all of you to realize it's deeply woven, as I continue reading. Our founding fathers believe in economic liberty and individual freedom, both of which are deeply woven into the fabric of our nation. It will take more than a group of liberal, socialist Democrats to destroy the foundation of our country. It was founded upon. We must fight to preserve and conserve. I want you guys to write that down. Preserve and conserve. What the Conservative Business Journal means, the word conserve means to protect, to keep secure. And it says right here in a report I wrote about the Conservative Business Journal, it says right here, it says the word conserve means to protect something from harm or destruction, and to guard from corruption. Very, very powerful. So important. It means to protect from something, from harm or destruction, and to guard from corruption. That's huge. In other words, we got to be on guard. We have to conserve. And a conservative is a person that stands firm on traditional values and refuses to compromise on those values for anything, for anyone, or anything. And you see, that's what happened in America, is they're going after conservatives, but you have to ask yourself a question: Are you going to stand strong? It's a big problem. But that's why we rolled out conservative marketplace because remember, and I'll be recognized because I recognize each day the conservatives from around the country that made a decision to invest in great products. And I talk about this. I talk about what capitalism is. Capitalism is offering a great product or service where the final result is the consumer gets a benefit. This is very deep. And every time I'm interviewed on radio shows and podcasts, and I hear the advertisements, I'm on many live shows, and every single show, I say, look, I want all the listeners right now to listen differently to the commercial. Don't fast forward through them. Don't try to scroll through it. Listen to the commercial and ask yourself, which one of those products from those companies that I'm hearing on this show that I'm listening to, that I believe in the values of the host or the guest, what can I invest in? What product can I patronize? Because I know that's how they're running their business. That's generic foundational capitalism, is a company offering product or service. And then when whatever product or service one offers, the customer gets a benefit, gets an additional value added to their life because there's a benefit of a product. That's marketing 101. And 94.9% of businesses in America are 10 employees or less, which means many of you listening to this work somewhere or you're a solopreneur, you own a business. Let's make capitalism great again. Let's get out and work really hard, control your environment, and don't consistently just talk about things going on. You have to make a decision to realize it's deeply woven into this country, and it's never going to change. My accent, I'll be 57 this year. I've been living in Florida close to 30 years, and my accent is my accent. It's deeply woven into me. It's into my core, my culture, my soul. Into your soul and your culture is the ability for you to learn, to dream, to risk, to be the best you can be. That's capitalism. And when we got banned and shut down, I literally prayed to God going, I'm not going to back down on what I know the conservative business journal can be and should be and what God wants it to be. And God gave me the vision of the conservative marketplace and all the categories we have in there. Every category we have is tremendous. All the products and all the services, and go to conservativemarketplace.com and shop around. And I'll be recognizing the customers from all around the country today, fellow conservatives like you that made a decision to invest in some great health supplements that are recommended by Dr. Krista. We had a groundbreaking show the other evening. Dr. Krista talked about how to overcome some of the side effects from the man-made virus we know. And those of you interested in that show, make sure you can call or text us anytime at 561-847-3467, 561-847-3467. Ask for Dr. Krista's show, or you'll see it on my Cloud Hub replay. You'll see it on our Rumble replay. You'll see it on my Telegram feed. And then you'll also see it when you go to conservativebusinessjournal.com on the library of episodes. You go under, it's alphabetical order, on the podcast, conservativebusinessjournal.com, podcast, library of episodes. Click on there and you'll see Kremensky for Dr. Chris's last name. Look at the most recent episode. Listen to it. And she shared products that she's been recommending for 20 years. She's not a COVID doctor celebrity who's packaging horrible supplements. And I talk about this in my book. There's selling versus marketing. Selling is transaction-based. You're looking just to make money off someone. Marketing is about developing a relationship with someone because you're adding value to their life. That's capitalism. Every single person in America that began this country began because they had a dream to build a product that would benefit someone. We'll get back to the core. Big problem, big opportunity. I'm saying this because I want someone to get a hold of this today. Those of you who have a job, work like you've never worked before. Work hard by faith. Those of you that believe the Bible, remember, tithing, God will rebuke the devourer for your sake. There are people trying to devour the economy. But if you're a tither, you're under the covenant and blessing of God. Blessings will overtake you. You see, government has overreach. They're trying to overreach and control businesses. But when you got God overtaking you, and I'm not a Bible thumping people that quote scripture every time. I see some people speaking, and I there's no anointing. They just quote in the Bible. The devil can quote the Bible very good too. I'm talking when you live the word and you live the principles. That's another show for itself. But I want to challenge all of you to realize big problem, big opportunity. It is so important. And there's a great scene from a movie called Rocky. Many of you know Rocky, and I share this in all my interviews, and I tell people, I tell all the listeners and all the shows, we're at a point in America right now where we got to start saying, I ain't going down no more. You got to make a decision for yourself. And it's this scene that I'm going to show. And this is a motivational conservative business journal podcast. Motivation means the reason or purpose to commit to act, not rah, jump up and down and go crazy and disappear. What is the motivation? See, motive and action together. Motivation, the action that you take behind the reason or purpose you're going to commit to act. I've written 20 books. I'm not some wannabe COVID influencer who will disappear, who came on the scene and will be gone a year from now. When I teach, I'm a teacher, and I suggest all of you. I know many of you have given up the art of reading. I don't have time to read. Why? What are you doing? Read, study. Grab a hold of my book. You guys have kids or grandchildren, study it, learn it, study the ABCs. I mean, teach this, study it. And I challenge you to begin reading. That's the problem. And remember, inside the word read is ear when you rearrange the letters. And when you look at it, you're like, and the same thing with the word listen and silent. Only way you learn is when you listen. If you talk too much, you can't hear wisdom. Discernment comes in silence. Hello. When you listen, you learn. We live in such a busy world. Listen, you rearrange letters, it's silent. You take a pen that writes, you take notes, and you learn, and you be the one, you be the difference maker. You be the one that sees an opportunity like Goliath, that you be the David. And we're definitely in opportunist times in America. And I believe that to the bottom of my soul. And I will go on any show and I will debate with anyone. You could take a lemonade stand anywhere in America right now and take lemons and squeeze them and sell lemonade. That's marketing. And then that customer who's thirsty and drinks that lemonade, extract their name and number, communicate with them, add value, offer them past customer specials, and create a communication list with your clients and services. Guess what? They can't control you. We have a Constitution, we have a Bible, and we have a gun. And the Bible is faith. The Second Amendment protects you. And the Constitution is loaded with protection. Hello. We ain't going down no more. I ain't going down no more. It's a great scene from Rocky. And then when I get back from that, I will, once again, when I talk about conservative marketplace, and I say this in all the shows I'm on, some of you will go, oh, Lemmy's talking about conservative marketplace. When's he going to get back to teaching? Why don't you listen and take a look at conservative marketplace and take a look at all the categories and say, hey, let me take a look at the beauty and skincare by Latasha and Paul, tremendous conservatives. They're sponsors for our upcoming Keep the State Red event, Saturday, March 5th here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. A free event. It's free. We're giving giveaways away. We're giving gifts out. We're giving drawings away. We'll have some great raffles. We're giving you a swag bag on the way in. It's a free event. We're giving you free food. We're getting together 100 plus conservatives in the Palm Beach Gardens, Florida area to encourage and empower you to build your strength to stand strong to keep Florida red. Make sure you guys are here, by the way. There's only a handful of free tickets remaining. You go to it's real simple, keepthestatered.com. Keep, the word keep, the word THE, statered.com. Keepthestatered.com. So go on Conservative Marketplace. Take a look at the beauty and skincare. Shop around. Take a look at the air purifiers, which we have in our home. We have in our business here. Shop around. Take a look at all the books. Shop around. Take a look at the children's books by Professor Toto. Shop around. Take a look at our Faith Stands and Fear on apparel line. Shop around. Take a look at our brand new hats. We have a boatload of hats. We just introduced the trucker hats. They're awesome. But I'll get back to that in a second. I want you guys to realize you've got to make a decision to think different, act different, and realize we are making capitalism great again because we live in America. So this is a scene from Rocky. I believe many of you can relate to in America right now. Because listen, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Ball for the second time is down. Struggling to get up.
Don't get up. Just stay down there. Just stay down there, Chump. I told you.
7. 8. Put 6 in I kid. Get in it. The body.
Let's go,
You're a
yeah.
tank, kid.
Toes. Toes.
Here comes the champion.
1-2 now. 1-2.
But here it is. The left and the right. He's got him back in the corner. Now ball's back in the corner. But here comes Balboa again. Where does he get that stamina? He's got the champion trapped over in the left corner. And he's trading left and right, left. Keep it on.
I'm standing there.
One right sticking around, and they're taunting each other. The round is over, but they're taunting each other. Everybody in the audience better get ready for World War III.
I ain't going down no more.
What'd he say? I ain't going down no more. I believe some of you have to start saying that. I ain't going down no more. Start to say that to yourself. I ain't going down no more. Start asking yourself, where in my life do I have to stand strong and stand up and shoulders back and chest out? So you know what? I ain't going down no more. I wake up, God gives me breath. I can breathe. I can consume healthy food. I live in America. I have a legal birth certificate. I have a constitution. It's game on time. It's not a game. It's time to say game on time. I want to challenge all of you. That's why when I say big problem, big opportunity, because we're in the greatest times ever. Make sure, guys, share this episode with someone you know that is, some of you that may be going through some challenges. As I hit the eagle, I was all fired up. You know, big problem, big opportunity. I mean, it's so powerful. I mean, do you guys really understand Goliath? What Goliath did with the sword with David? Goliath was, they said, to be well over 8 feet tall and hundreds of pounds and 125 pounds of armor. And he had a young guy carrying his sword. And David took the rock in a slingshot, and the rock killed him. But David took it one step further, and the sword that Goliath was holding in his hand is the one David used to cut his head off. Big problem, big opportunity. And I challenge all of you on this because, and let me just finish one point, and I want to go back to the core fundamentals here. I want all of you to ask yourself, what can I do today to earn income? I have a job. I want to work harder. I want to show up earlier, and I want to work later. Let God see and trust you and your work ethic. You have a vision, you have a dream. Stop asking people what you should do. Stop asking people who don't dream but don't have a vision. And guys, those of you that do own a business and operate a business, and this is very limited, and you obviously have to qualify for it, and I say it respectfully, I do one-on-one business consulting and business coaching. I sign non-disclosure agreements, and I coach a handful of companies right now, very successful companies. And interested in anything we offer, you guys can always call or text us at 561-847-3467. Or you can always email a team, T-E-A-M, team at conservativebusinessjournal.com. That's for those of you that are entrepreneurs and business. And some of you have heard of coaching before and consulting, and a lot of people have been burnt by that and haven't really achieved a lot. And that's another whole conversation for itself. But any interest in that, you let us know. But I want you to make today the day you listen to this. You know what, Lemme? I ain't going down no more. I am an American. I do have a constitution. I do have an opportunity today to go out and prosper. The sun rose, even if it's cloudy. Behind that sun, because behind the cloud is a sun, and we live in America. And God gives you something. And there's and this will be the final point for tonight. For this big problem. But you got to be a disruptor. You know, businesses disrupt. You know, obviously we disagree with some of their beliefs, but you know, Uber disrupted transportation. They didn't create transportation. They disrupted a very dissatisfied and frustrated economy. Product in the economy from point A to point B. No one's, you know what, I love getting in a cab. It just smells great. They're so clean. They're so nice. No, people were dissatisfied and frustrated, but everyone just thought the cabs were the only way for transportation. Then Uber came along, and then Airbnb for hospitality, and many other businesses that disrupted something that already existed. And I talk about in the book, innovation and creativity. And someone listening, you have creativity, you have innovation. By God gave you a seed, but you have to sow that seed. And don't let someone who's full of fear and faith are exactly the same, the attitudes of expectancy. And you listen to this because you're alive and you're very wealthy. However you're hearing this podcast show, guess what? You're either watching it online, listening through the podcast app on your smartphone, through Rumble, through Cloud Hub, through Telegram. However you're hearing this, you are in a top 0.01% of the wealthiest individuals in the world. Receive that, be grateful, be thankful, and now let's go out and go to work and build and develop. As you know, the parent company of Conservative Business Journal is Lemme Development Group, Inc. That's our company. Because I believe the word development, and we got to consistently develop and grow. So on page 128 of the book, it says capitalism is the freedom to produce, the freedom to dream, the freedom to risk, the freedom to fail, and the freedom to learn. It's the freedom to be all God wants you to be. It's the freedom to take his talents and utilize them. Freedom is the foundation of our United States Constitution. Guys, I want to ask yourself a question. It's your decision to be free. Don't open your mouth with an excuse. Open your mouth with a decision to act. See, that's when we say we're making capitalism great again, and how to maximize America's booming economy. You know, the word booming is just an amazing, amazing word. Let me share with you what that word means. You know, booming. This is on page 80, 82. And some of you go, you know what, John, I get your book, but I know I wouldn't read it. How about I challenge you, read it? How about you take 5 minutes per day and get, you know what, you're like, you know what, Lemme, I haven't spent 5 focused minutes. I'm on my phone, I'm texting, I'm here, I'm there, I'm watching stuff. I challenge you. Do 5 minutes one day, 6 minutes the next day. Get up to 15 minutes per day. And I talk about that in my book. 15 minutes per day of focused mind learning time, and you'll have extravagant, extraordinary results. Because the enemy of faith is fear, and faith is developed by distractions. Hello. And everybody's on this app, that app. How about you put the smartphone to the side? How about you learn? I challenge all of you. Get a hold of my book by visiting conservativemarketplace.com. The category books, and you'll see it right in there. And I have a variety of other books I've authored. This is the book, Make Capitalism Great Again. And the word booming is defined as a period of great prosperity or rapid economic growth. You mark my words, between 2022. Don't let me, look, you can give me the excuse, but I'm going to give action. Between 2022 and 2027, the next 5 years, you're going to see a period of great prosperity, great economic growth. Why? Because everyone saw Goliath as a problem, but it became an opportunity for David. Just like you saw Apollo Creed in a scene from Rocky. Rocky ain't going, we're taking a beating. But Rocky got to the point, I ain't going down no more. Kind of like the trucker said, you know what? I ain't going down no more. And here's what I want to do right now. I want to recognize your fellow conservatives that made a decision that went to conservativemarketplace.com. And I want to share their names, not last names, just their name, where they're from, and some of the products they invested in. In the last 24 hours, Heidi from Alabama invested in some phenomenal. She's making a decision to take her health to the next level. Heidi invested in. Now, these are the supplements that Dr. Krista recommends. Metagenics D3 10,000 plus K, Pure, the Zinc 30, which obviously we all hear about zinc for the world famous virus there, and quercetin and the NAC. So Heidi from Alabama made a phenomenal decision. She actually got a hold of 2 Metagenics. Thank you, Heidi from Alabama. And Julie from North Carolina grabbed a hold of a boatload of supplements recommended by Dr. Krista. And you will hear Krista speak about those supplements, and also Dr. Betsy on the shows, and obviously Ian Ferrari, especially the show I did with Krista just a couple of nights ago. And you will see, and you will hear her share these new ones that she just told me last week about them that she's been recommending for 2 decades. Remember, she's not like her and Dr. Betsy are active doctors working in practices right now. They're out there doing business. They're not a COVID celebrities. They have a track record. One of the track records was Dr. Chris was recommending these 2 products. Now I'm going to destroy the names of them. We were making a joke when I interviewed her. Ashwagandha and Astragalus. And I want to recognize Julie from North Carolina. She grabbed a hold of the Astragalus, the ashwagandha, and the magnesium, and she also grabbed a hold of the Apathy Cherry 16 ounce, which is a Purium product that's on the health supplements. And also Julie grabbed a hold of an additional magnesium, and she grabbed a hold of Dr. Krista's book, which is tremendous, The 8 Secrets Will Destroy the Pharmaceutical Companies. And she grabbed a hold of a great product by Purium, the Super Cleanse, and all that's available once again, conservativemarketplace.com. Now, time out. Every time that I'm on a radio show, I tell people, do not listen to this show. Or don't. Let me. I'm gonna go walk away now. He's talking about this marketplace. Why? This is all possible. We keep the shows going, our business going. You know, those writings you see are not free. Like, we pay writers. These videos, our studio. Like I'm here now. My wife is home. This is a studio. We obviously have expenses. We run a business. We run a media company, and this is what got created out of the problem of banning. Big problem, big opportunity. So why don't you take a look at Conservative Marketplace? Take a look, especially the jewelry and the accessories. And take a look at the hats, and take a look at our shirts, our American Patriot shirt people love. The Let's Go Brandon shirt. I can go on and on and on. And 5% of all the gross proceeds goes to Heartbeat of Miami. So that's how you're making capitalism great again. Small business conservatives are like-minded people patronizing each other. And God will bless you for that. So, Julie, thank you very much. You're awesome, from North Carolina. And I want to recognize Leonard from Florida. Leonard got a hold of the Astragalus complex and the Ashwagandha complex. Congratulations. This is just the last 24 hours. And also, and I wish I can, you guys watch for potential announcement here in South Florida for a conservative marketplace retail store and be able to come to my studio to be part of my shows live. We'll be making some moves on that here shortly. But I wish, Leonard, I could shake your hand. We email all of you. We mail you personal notes. My wife calls all of you. We are love and appreciate each and every one of you. You are special people. You are real people. You're not a bot. You're not a fake person. And I want you to make sure you know how much we can respect all of you. I cannot express to you. That's how you. And all books is self-published, made in America. All these quotes I showed all of you. Those are printed here by a local printer. And then We the People of Pissed trucker hat with the U.S. flag mesh back. I want to throw a huge shout out to Heather from Maryland. She got the hold of 3 of those hats. We just added those to our awesome hat line. And then once again, Nora from Florida. I want to recognize her. She grabbed the hold of 2 of the NACs, one of the Metagenics and one of the Metagenics D3 10,000 plus K and the Ashwagandha and the Astragalus. And then I want to recognize Betty, who got a hold of the Ashwagandha and Astragalus. Guys, now, John, combination of recognition plus teaching a little bit. Guess what? This came out of a big problem. I got banned and shut down. And the best part about it, these are great products and services. I talk about my book, marketing. Marketing adds value to someone's. We're not selling this. We're marketing. Everyone has a right to earn income ethically, morally, and legally. And the best part about this is I know when all of you receive the products, and all the nutritional products, Dr. Krista ships 90% of those, and the Pure products we ship out for you. Now, obviously, the hats and other products we ship, but everybody wins. Big problem, big opportunity. You understand? I want you to get a hold of it. I want you to understand the depth of this, because this is how we are making capitalism great again. And you mark my words, from 2022 to 2027. Now, there's a couple things going to happen. You're going to see some drifters, some grifters, some people now, these COVID celebrities and these influencers, they're going to be gone because it's not in their core. You know, when you go to the categories and go to the books, you'll see I've written many books. I've been doing this for years. I was banned and shadow banned way before people even started. And I say that out of respect because you're listening to this act. And then I want to do is show a great commercial for my man, Mike Lindell. As you know, Mike has been on my show 4 times, and Mike was on my show 4 times, and there was no promo codes because Mike wasn't canceled then. And obviously, all of you know Mike's promo code. You see them everywhere. But I want to show a great commercial Mike's team sent to me yesterday. It's about his pillows. So he got some great free gifts, a minute long, and then we'll wrap this up. And I want this show to be the show for you. So you know what? Then let me challenge me. Big problem, big opportunity. Here we go.
CEO of MyPillow. Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried to cancel myself and MyPillow. Well, during these times, your support has meant everything to us. So my employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing
Oh, guys, sorry about that. We had a technical challenge there. So let me play the commercial with Mike. For some reason, as soon as I played it, we got the attack, and you can see we got it all locked up there. So let me just play it real quick. You guys are awesome. So because I think it's a great commercial from Mike. So here's the commercial. Here we go.
CEO of MyPillow. Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried to cancel myself and MyPillow. Well, during these times, your support has meant everything to us. So my employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing the savings directly on to you. We're selling the best products ever for the best prices ever. For example, we We have my standard size MyPillow, regularly $69.98, now only $19.98 with your promo code. Or you can get custom fit with my premium queen size MyPillows, regularly $79.98, now just $29.98. Or my king size, regular $89.98, now just $34.98. So go to mypillow.com now and use the promo code on your screen, or call the 1-800 number below to receive this exclusive offer. If you do it right now, I'm going to include a free gift with your purchase. Thank you and God bless.
And guys, our promo code, as you see, is promo code CBJ. We appreciate that. Promo code CBJ. Visit mypillow.com and shop around. There's hundreds and hundreds of items on there. We appreciate it. Everybody wins, and ultimately you win, because like the Giza Dream Sheets, tremendous. The pillows, tremendous. So guys, I want to inspire you and motivate you to realize big problem, big opportunity. And I want to go back to how we began the show. Freedom. The United States Constitution gives me the right to live free, protect my family, serve my God. Surrender my rights is not an option. Right here, freedom. And then faith. Faith doesn't make sense. Why it makes miracles, guys. And make it, what are you doing? Make Capitalism great again. And even as I look down, guys, take a look. We got the awesome Let's Go Brandon CDC novelty vaccination cards. We moved about 10,000 of these nationwide. These are printed locally. Making capitalism great again. I can't express to you. So this show, hey, may not be for many people. People want these intels and this stuff going on. Look, let me tell you something. We're in America. There's some seriously big problems. There's some seriously big Goliaths, which gives an opportunity for Davids. So guys, God bless you. And make sure, I want to challenge all of you. And the problem I do see is people don't read enough. So I do challenge you. Grab a hold of my book, Making Capitalism Great Again, How to Maximize America's Booming Economy, plus the ABCs of Socialism versus Capitalism. Pick up a boatload of them. Call guys for discounts on bulk orders. Let's say you want to teach a company, you want to teach a school, give us a call for those that want to invest in 10 or more books, and we'll give you a great deal. You call or text 561-847-3467. Email team, TEAM, team at conservativebusinessjournal.com. Good night. God bless. Thank you. And thank you guys for following us on all the channels, Cloud Hub, Telegram, and Rumble at CBJ Real News. And obviously, I assume by now you're most likely in my email database, and you can do that by visiting conservativebusinessjournal.com. Put your best email in for those of you who want more real news and want to receive all the replays by email and be totally tied in. That's a total option for you, but I assume listening to this, you guys most likely want that. So visit conservativebusinessjournal.com. Good night. God bless you. Remember, I ain't going down no more. Say it with me. I ain't going down no more. Good night. God bless.